Shaden, congratulations on first. Apostra, hey, congratulations on second. How are you all today? And Great Paranormal, congrats on taking third. Mumbo Tobes, welcome in. Thank you for claiming that daily rubber ducky. How are you all doing today? Shaden, thank you so much for that resub. I do appreciate that, darling. Gold, welcome in. Momo! Let's see here. Look at the streak. Momo, thank you so much for the resub as well. Thank you both so much for that resub. 4 months. That's absolutely wild. Grey Duck, thank you so much for collecting that daily rubber ducky, and thank you all for getting that train going. Hydrate. Gold, thank you so much for that hydrate. Draca, hey, thank you for collecting that daily rubber ducky, and welcome in. We're in heaven, or so we can hear more squeaks. That's great. Oh no, Grey Duck. That is not a great percentage of survival. Hey, how's it going? Welcome in. How are you today? Yeah, Shane, we've got to fix that randomizer, by the way. Oh boy, we are not looking super hopeful today. Today is a low survival day. That's not great if you're in America and are getting ready to do 4th of July stuff, to have such low odds of survival today. Oh, Drake is doing fine. The rest of us are in a little bit of trouble, though. Oh no, once again, not great odds. It's all barely a coin toss for Momo. Lilium, hey, welcome in. I hope you're having a great day, too. So lovely to see all of you here. Draca, leave me, save yourself. All right, so here's what I want everyone to do. Shaden just ran by and helped me fix the randomizer real quick. Everyone check your odds again, by the way. Because those odds should be somewhat fixed. Let me try here. There we go. Yep, I'm definitely making it today. There we go. Much, much better. Shaden, even out of 1,000% chance, you still only got an 18. Oh no. Wow, Grey Duck is really excelling in the apocalypse. There we go. Much, much happier numbers for everyone. Except for Shaden. No. Uh-oh. All right, so we have ads coming up here in about 30 seconds. That'll get rid of pre-roll for the next hour. If you are a subscriber or if you have Turbo, you don't need to worry about... Oh, Pickle, welcome in, and thank you for those gift subs. Oh, my goodness. That's very appreciated. Thank you so much, Pickle. Also, welcome in. So if you're a subscriber or if you have Turbo, you... And thank you for collecting that daily rubber duck. You don't need to worry about ads. Otherwise, we're going to be saying hi, chatting a little bit, catching up for the first few minutes of stream here. Once ads are over, we will get going with Phoenix Wright again. No sound but lurking. Here. Gold, thank you so much for the 200 bits. I really appreciate that. Grey Duck Paranormal, thank you so much for those 5 gifted subs. That is so appreciated. Thank you all so much. Getting those. Wow, what a name on some of these. If you are getting any of these gifted subs, please, please, please make sure to thank people. Hey, Pixel, how's it going? It's great to see you, Pixel. There's something about a hype train. Gary Doc, thank you so much for those gifted subs as well. Do sub anniversaries start a hype train? I think it was the fact that you two both resubbed back to back. Hype trains aren't always super predictable. I've seen some people get like 5 gifted subs and a hype train kind of lazily starts. I've seen other people get like 100 bits and it's like, all right, hype time. So I don't pretend to understand the algorithm for it. Yeah, welcome in, everyone. I think I've gotten everyone. If I've missed you, I apologize. Just say something to let me know if I've missed you here. Here, go. Shaden, thank you so much for the 100 bits. Any sub or 100 bits. Hey, Mel, have a great lurk. Welcome in. It's lovely to see you. Any sub or 100 bits from 2 people within a certain amount of time. And thank you for collecting that daily rubber duck. Got a cat on your lap, ready to watch some Phoenix Wright? Hey, that sounds like a great time. Oh, good. Drake, I'm so glad you got one of those gifted subs. I recognize a couple of the names that got those. All right, so we only have ads for about 2.5 more minutes, and then we'll get going on a 2 Phoenix Wright, which I'm super excited to be continuing today. Sometimes it comes up and it gets the kick off a hype train, and it shows 1/2. Oh, yeah. William, thank you so much for those 100 bits. I really appreciate that. Thank you all so much. What an incredible way to start off a stream. That means so much to me. Hopefully everyone has a happy and safe 4th of July if you are celebrating 4th of July today. Please make sure you leave today with everything intact that you started intact with today. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Pixel. Yeah, I really, really love having this community around. It definitely makes my days better. Oh, Unk, I'm so glad you got one of those subs. All right. Ads. Why is it starting ads? Oh, it auto-snoozed the ads before they could happen because of the hype train. Here. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to try to get those going again. Yeah, so I had forgotten that if a hype train starts, it automatically snoozes those ads. So now we're in an ad break. So if you get sent off to ads, I hope you have ads that you enjoy. Otherwise, yeah. So we're kind of restarting here just a little bit. I apologize for that. But we'll have about 3 more minutes of chatting, catching up, seeing how everyone's doing. Some Rexy, welcome in. How are you doing today? Thank you for collecting that daily rubber ducky. Good, good, good. I was lurking you yesterday and had a great time. I always have a good time. Yesterday, I just did not have any social battery left during that morning. So I was lurking. But yeah, how are you doing, Rexy? Thank you all so much for that hype train. I really appreciate that. I hope you get emotes that you enjoy. I got a red card emote. I thought it was somebody like lifting up a cup. Doing some chores. All right. I hope your chores are super successful today. Oh, the little salty guy is hilarious. But thank you all so much. What an incredible way to start a stream. You all are just too kind. Thank you. Dedue. Yeah. I love Dedue. Great character in Fire Emblem. All right, Momo got one of the red card emotes with me. Can never unsee it with assault. It doesn't help that I recreated that. All right, ads should be over here in about 50 seconds, and then we can get going on with Phoenix, right? Oh, you finally got the Danger Dance emote. I know you've been trying to get that one for a bit, Gold. I'm so excited for you. Well, thank you, Grey Duck. That is super kind of you. Yeah, Gold, I know you've been trying to get that emote for a bit, though, so I'm super excited you were able to get it. My pick's what came to mind. Oh, no. I like the Danger Dance emote a lot. All right, ads are going to be wrapping up here in just a moment. All right, well, welcome back from ads. Anyone who got sent away to ads, if you had ads, I at least hope you had ads you enjoy. We're going to go ahead and get going again with some Phoenix Wright. I'm super excited to continue this trial. This is all super wild what's going on here. And I'm really interested to see what this larger conspiracy is. February 24th, 9:41 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, number 2. So, what do you think, Mr. Wright? I think the prosecution is as confused as we are. After all, the victim was murdered in 2 different places at the same time. Never mind. Never mind. I can't remember how I voiced her. It's been so long. Mel, thank you so much for that 10 stream streak. That really does mean the world to me. Thank you so much, Mel. And a different suspect was... how did I voice her? I remember she was a bit stricter sounding. It's probably been like 3 or 4 weeks since I've needed to talk as her. And a different suspect was arrested at each of the crime scenes. Lana! Good morning, Mr. Wright. I apologize for yesterday. I was indisposed. I hope they didn't hold you too long for questioning. We just finished, actually. I'm used to all-nighters, though. So, how'd it go? It's as Mr. Wright suspects. The police are clueless. I figured as much, so I struck a plea bargain. No! Stop making our job harder! A plea bargain? What do you mean by that? We agree that if I told them the truth behind this simultaneous murder, they wouldn't seek capital punishment. That's what I mean, Emma. But Lana, don't tell me you... Much to my regret, I'm as much in the dark about this as they are. Miss Sky. We found trace evidence of a certain person at the police department's evidence room. They belong to Officer Jake Marshall. What kind of trace evidence? Blood-stained fingerprints, to be exact. That's the trump card I have up my sleeve today. You do understand what this means, don't you? In order to defend my sister, you're going to accuse Mr. Marshall? We have to play the cards we're dealt. Isn't that right, Miss Sky? Do what you have to do, Mr. Wright. February 24th, 10 a.m. District Courtroom number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is... I'm afraid you'll have to clarify. It takes 30 minutes by car to reach the police department from the prosecutor's office. You keep wanting to call Marshall your ace attorney crush, but you're as distressed by the way he acts as you're in love with the voice. Oh, Shaden. Sorry. If the victim, Bruce Goodman, was slain at both places at the same time. But that's not physically possible, is it? What's more, I hear the victim from the evidence room just disappeared. Yes, and the body eventually reappeared in the trunk of Mr. Edgeworth's car. Wow. This was one messed up trial. And yet we are accusing someone randomly of the murder. One of my duties as prosecutor is to present impartial evidence. Is it now? Today I will present evidence relating to the murder at the police department. Yo, Fly Guy, thank you so much for that resub. I really appreciate that, friend. Thank you so much. Welcome in. I hope you're staying cool and hydrated. In so doing, I believe the way in which we should proceed will reveal itself. How's it going, buddy? I love you too, buddy. Now, that's what sets Mr. Edgeworth apart. He sounds so on top of things. And thank you for collecting that daily rubber ducky. Even though he doesn't know what's going on himself. And that's supposed to be an admirable trait? Very well. Let the trial resume. My 4th is going really well so far. Thank you so much. And, you know, getting to stream this is always a great way to have any day going, really. On the day of the crime, what exactly transpired at the police department? Mr. Edgeworth, you may call your first witness of the day to the stand. For its first witness, the prosecution calls the suspect of the murder that occurred at the police department. The suspect? Mean the so-called murderer? Oh boy. Things are getting wild from the get-go. Oh no, it's Officer Meekins! Will the witness please state his name and occupation? Yes, sir! I am Officer Mike Meekins, sir! My occupation is that would be murderer, sir! Oh, no, Meekins. Meekins, don't claim murderer as your occupation! So you're telling us you're a professional killer? Sir, it was me, sir. I'm the one who did it. Meekins, my man, listen. I'll never kill anyone again, sir. You've got to believe me, sir. To be fair, we've never had anyone this cooperative on the stand before. Just, yep, it was me. Take me away. Case closed. Game over. Actually, we'd like to... Sir, I'm what you'd call part of the younger generation, sir. He is sorry. Yeah, exactly. He apologized. It's fine. It's fine. A person who attracts adults, whose actions adults can't possibly comprehend. Please, Mr. Edgeworth, sir, help me, sir. Officer Meekins. Yes, sir. Give us your report on the crime. Consider that an order. Yes, sir, as you wish. After all, I'm part of a generation that must be told what to do, sir. Oh, no. You can't fault him for a lack of enthusiasm. Although it's not my normal duty, I was assigned to guard the evidence room that day. I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. I was only doing what I was trained to do, sir. I was suddenly attacked. I fought for my life, and I did it. After that, I passed out until another officer smacked me awake. So the victim, Detective Goodman, attacked you. That may be one of the best testimonies we've ever gotten. Do unto others before they do unto you. That's the Meekins family motto, sir. I see. Then you fainted and a colleague helped you regain consciousness. Yes, sir. He knocked me upside the head, sir. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examinations. What I need here is more info to work with. I don't know. Little Timmy, hey, welcome in. How's it going? How is your fourth going so far? Thank you for collecting that daily rubber ducky. All right, all right. Let's just start asking Meekins some questions and see if we can help him. Mr. Meekins, you work in the General Affairs Department, do you not? Yes, sir. I am in charge of hiring new recruits. Sir. Yikes. Now there's a scary thought. Evidence transfer was taking place on the day of the crime, which meant many officers were given special tasks not ordinarily performed. I was in charge of guarding the Blue Badger, sir. I mean, that's actually a pretty important job. The Blue Badger. Yes, sir. The lovely police mascot created by the Chief of Detectives, sir. Wow, this whole section I know who this is for. I was to ensure it wasn't broken during the transferal process. That was my sole mission for the day, sir. So this is their most important guard, is what I'm understanding. I see. Sounds like a very important mission. After the award ceremony finished that day, there were so many people running around. Exactly. Invaluable. But I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. Oh, so that's why you went to the evidence room. Tell us, what did you see when you got there? I spotted a suspicious man on the security screen and rushed into the room. In order to enter the evidence room, you need an ID card. Am I correct? Precisely, sir. I have one right here around my neck. So then, your ID number should be listed on here, right? There it is! I found it! This is the one right here! Could you please read us the number? Yes, sir. 4989596. That's my number, sir. I see. Huh? But the number 4989596. It's shown as being used twice. Please explain, witness. It's no real mystery, sir. The first time is when I relocated the Blue Badger to the evidence room. And the second time is when I went to go get him after everything settled down. I see. So it was during that second time when... Yes, sir. That's when I spotted the man on the security screen. Wait, so the Blue Badger's a real witness to this whole event? We need to investigate. We need to interrogate the Blue Badger. All right, so we have an update to this. He was suddenly attacked. Yeah, we need to get him on the witness stand. What else are we supposed to do? So you were attacked. Can you please tell us exactly what happened to you? It was a knife, sir. A knife. Detective Goodman pulled a knife on you. What happened then? Well, with me charging in on him like that, he looked as surprised as I was. Aren't exactly the kind of person... Ish, welcome in, friend. Thank you for collecting that daily rubber duck. We have had, exactly. We've had a parrot on the witness stand. What's to stop us from getting the Blue Badger up there? Nothing. It at least moves. That's more than I think that is required to be a witness in these trials. You aren't exactly the kind of person who someone would want to run into. That's when I reacted, sir. I swung my arms like an octopus, struggling to detain him. That's how I got this gash on my hand. Maybe if you just kept your cool, your hands wouldn't be. When I saw the blood trickling down my arm, I panicked. I grabbed the man by his collar. I fought for my life, and I did it. Okay, listen, Meekins, you can't just confess. What exactly did you mean when you say you did it? I know I don't look the type, but I'm really into kung fu films, sir. The man let his guard down for an instant, so I snatched his knife from him. You took his knife? I spun him around and performed a disarming maneuver. I made sure to close my eyes like a man. What? See, he must have been desperate. The next thing I knew, his white coat was drenched in a sea of my blood, and then the next thing I knew... Yes? He punched me right in my face, sir! At no point... About what time did you regain consciousness? No offense, sir, but how am I supposed to know that? I was unconscious. Oh. Right. According to the report from the officer that woke up the witness, it was about 5:30. He hit me right in the head, too. I woke up crying tears of pain. That's nice. What? No, it's not. I mean, it's nice that you recovered, that is. When I came around, though, I made sure to finish my mission, sir. Your mission? Yes, sir. The Blue Badger, sir. I returned him to the entrance before things got out of hand. Well, we can all rest easy now. I believe we have a fairly accurate picture of what happened. Yes, Your Honor. Only one thing remains unclear. Was the man this officer murdered really the victim? You see, Edgeworth doesn't believe this guy killed anyone. He's got a point. Yes, Officer Meekins. With regard to that, sir. Take a look at this. It was sent to my jail cell. Chief Gant delivered it to me just this morning, sir. Oh, you see, I am actually genuinely concerned that Chief Gant delivered this. I in no way think he's on the up and up. The chief? He's also not going through any kind of normal chain of evidence, even for this world. Delivered it? What is that? A videotape? Yes, sir. That's absolutely right, sir. A videotape, sir. It contains footage from the security camera in the evidence room. Hey, Jack, welcome in. It's lovely to see you. How are you doing today? I hope you're having a good 4th so far.
Objection!
What? But I specifically asked if there was such a tape. A beep? I didn't hear a beep. And it was told it had been mistakenly erased. Oh, the feedback from the megaphone. That's quite a mistake. I just do what I'm told, sir. It's the only thing I'm really good at. Looks like communication with the police department is as good as ever. Well then, let's have a look. Show us the video of you murdering the victim. Oh, please stop using that word murder, sir. It scares me. I am so sorry, Apostra. Yeah, I completely understand. Video of a real murder? What are we getting ourselves into? The Blue Badger! Please don't tell me the Blue Badger is the murderer. I won't know what to do with myself at that point. Officer Megan's just lurking. I mean, to be fair, from this footage so far, it looks like Officer Meekins was the one who was murdered. How does this in any way show Meekins as the murderer? Yeah, exactly. Well, I believe we're all thinking the same thing. That the Blue Badger is the murderer? How can we deal with these unsettling feelings stirred within us? What? What was that wriggling piece of plywood? Sir, that is the pride and joy of the entire criminal affairs department, sir. It's the Blue Badger, sir. This game is just incredible. Oh my goodness, I love it. Why am I not surprised this isn't going smoothly? Okay, so we have this in the court record now. Yes, well, anyway. This tape seems to prove that the witness indeed encountered someone in the evidence room and some sort of activity. Your Honor, instead of relying on clearly incomplete footage, the witness's testimony will suffice. Is that all right with you, Officer Meekins? Yes, sir. As you wish, sir. All right. This face can't be clearly seen in the video, but there's no question that the other person was Detective Goodman, sir. I mean, he opened the locker, which required Detective Goodman's fingerprints to do so. The locker he opened is unquestionably Detective Goodman's locker, sir. So it must be him. No one else could have unlocked it. I mean, saying that it's literally impossible for someone else to obtain a fingerprint's a little bit of a... I mean, this world, yeah, never mind. What's this about a fingerprint?
Each detective has been given a locker equipped with a fingerprint-activated lock. These locks ensure that each locker can only be opened by the detective it belongs to.
Intriguing. That would mean the victim at the crime scene would have to have been Detective Goodman. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. I don't know where this cross-examination will lead. Everything begins with contradictions. That's where I have to start. His face can't be clearly seen in the video. Yeah, that's a huge problem, actually. Tell me, were you able to get a good look at him? At the face of the man who attacked you with a knife. Sir, if you must label people as having seen or not seen the man's face, I believe... Hey, blind skeleton, how's it going? How's your day? Welcome on in, it's great to have you here. I believe I would be classified as the latter. The latter? But you were standing right in front of him, were you not? More to the point, you are the person who fought him, aren't you? Oh, yes, sir. But I didn't get a clear look at his face, sir. I'm not the kind of guy who looks directly at people when talking with them, you see. Going good so far, relaxing before the 4th of July. Hey, I hope you have a super safe 4th. The goal for everyone today is to end the day with as many appendages as you started with. And I'm glad you've had some time to relax. Yeah, that's a good trait for a police officer. It couldn't have been the detective. He didn't even look at the guy. Still, I'm sure it was him. I'd bet my badge on it. Taking the kids kayaking on the lake. Hey, that sounds super cool. Fireworks over the lake would be so lovely. So anyone wondering if Meekins is about to lose his badge? There's no questioning that the other person was Detective Goodman. I mean, but you don't know that for sure, do you? That's true. Those are the most dangerous words for Gold to say. You never actually saw Detective Goodman's face. Well, I suppose you might say that. That is, if you must label as having seen or not seen it. Yeah, don't make Great Hug put you both in timeout. Gold being really antagonistic, saying hi. Shaden with that itchy band finger. Gold. Since his face can't be identified in the video, only you can verify it. Whoa, why is everyone looking at me? If I had to label your stares as disturbing or... Meekins! Ah! Having been shown a questionable video at best, we are not in the best of moods. Now, please be more certain when you testify. Yes, sir. You claimed the man who brandished a knife at you was Bruce Goodman. Tell us why you are positive it was him. I mean, he opened the locker which required Detective Goodman to the prints, or fingerprints to do so. That would be worse. Gotta open the locker with your toes. Hey, I think Shaden is like the most of it. About these lockers, is there no other way to open them? No, sir. I tried all kinds of methods in the past. They only respond to registered fingerprints, sir. I wonder what kind of methods he's tried. If the man opened the locker's lock, which only responds to its registered fingerprints, then he must be the person the locker was assigned to. Exactly my point, sir. And this too. Hey, Blind Skeleton, thank you so much for those 50 bits. I mean, it's a lot to me. Thank you so much. The locker he opened in is unquestionably... Hydrate. Hey, thank you for that hydrate, Gold. Yeah, exactly. It's not... So... However, the most important detail is not shown in this video. The man's face. Sir? If I may say something, sir? Ain't no thing, she'll... Bearded and on-call attack. Oh, hey, I really do appreciate that. I mean, to be fair, though, it's so easy because, like, you all are just a lot of fun to be around. Gotta keep them vocal. Yeah, I appreciate that. Fortunately, Shaden's also really good at supplying me with hot beverages to help. Please do. After all, you are the one being examined. I don't understand why the man's face is so important in this case, sir. Lil Timmy, I tell you what, if you type in !survive, you have a 512% chance of surviving it today. I mean, it was his hand that opened the fingerprint lock. That's pretty good odds. And it was his hand that tried to thrust his knife into my body, sir. My unsettled state can testify enough to this, sir. Heaven Guard! Hey, welcome in, friend. I hope you enjoy that new badge on your name. You have a point. The footage doesn't lie. That is... Unless the defense can find a problem with it. Mr. Wright, let's check the court record again. Is there a problem with the security video? I love how so many times throughout this game, it's like, hey, do you just want to give up with the options? And yes, there was a problem. Oh yeah, Heaven Guard, Shaden did save claiming her daily rubber ducky just for when you got here, by the way. There is one thing in particular that seems rather strange. Strange. This contradiction leads to the possibility that the man may not have been Detective Goodman. What? This video contains such a contradiction? Heaven Guard. Interesting. Your Honor, I have a proposal. Is it for Phoenix? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I propose we have the defense point out to all of us this alleged contradiction in the video. You would want me to point it out. To do your job, Phoenix? You're upset he wants you to do your job? Very well, proposal accepted. Let us further inspect this piece of evidence. I will now play the security tape. Mr. Wright, please show us this contradiction you speak of. I have to point out a problem in the video. But Shaden, we haven't even, like, gone to the explosive bits yet. Oh, Heaven Guard, thank you for claiming that daily rubber. This is the first time I've ever had to do that. You can do it, Mr. Wright. It's set up so you can fast forward, rewind, or pause the video. Just take a good look and be sure to point out the right thing. Please don't play it too many times. I can't stand watching this video. How did this guy ever become a police officer? Now then, Mr. Wright, please enlighten us. Where is this contradiction that indicates the man... Oop. I don't know if you all just saw it. What I noticed, though... Something fell out of the... Yeah, it's a Grey Duck, and I agree. You think it was the blue badger the entire time? Yeah, clearly it was the blue badger that murdered him. Oh, I'm so sorry your mom's dog got sick, and I'm so sorry you had to clean it up. Whee! Okay, so we need to rewind the video. So here's the light. So if you notice, though, aren't those lights only supposed to be active when the locker's unlocked? Or am I misremembering that? Blue Badger is the Blue Badger is a cotton accomplice. Yeah, so doesn't this mean the locker's unlocked? Or... Oops. Oh, no, I think it... Hang on. I think the problem is that I had my hand in the wrong place, I think. All right. Why are we not agreeing? Why are we not questioning the Blue Badger? All right, sorry. It was in the wrong place. I know. It's fine, come on. Pause. I have to, oh, yeah, see, I have to move the hand. There we go. The thing that's strange about this video has got to be this. Officer Meekins. Sir, do you mean me, sir? Yo, Heaven Guard, thank you so much for that 40 stream streak. The Blue Badger's an innocent bystander. We still at least need to get it on the witness stand at the absolute bare minimum, though. As I understand it, the locker apparatus works like this. What an incredible streak, Heaven Guard. When you grab the handle, a sensor reads your fingerprint. If it's a match... Ah, sorry. The light turns on and the lock is released. So the lock was released. According to my very limited experience, the way I understand it. Yo, bearded big fella, welcome in. It's so... thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, can we get a shout out for bearded big fella mods? If anyone's not familiar with bearded big fella, what a lovely human being. Shaden and I were talking the other night about how much we enjoy watching his streams. It's super common to find me in there. Just such an upbeat and pleasant human being. Genuinely, like, he's got like a 20 on his charisma or something for my D&D people. Friendly, welcoming, warm human being. Really, really appreciate you, Bearded, for being here. According to my very limited experience, that's the way I understand it, sir. If so, then something is seriously wrong with this picture. But you know what? It's the fact that you are, like, but... You know, even regular guys, if that's what you want to say, can make so much of a difference in the world, though. And once again, it's just that warm positivity that you're free to share and you don't hold in. When the victim reaches for the handle to open the locker... Yo, Creepy Error, welcome in. It's so good to see you. How are you doing? Thank you for collecting that daily rubber duck. Let's rewind to a little earlier. I'm doing good. How's your fourth going, Creepy? Oh, Bearded, thank you so much for claiming that daily rubber ducky. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Creepy Era is so much easier. Here, notice the light? What's this? It's already lit. Precisely my point, Your Honor. The locker was already open before the victim grabbed the handle. Order. Order. What's the meaning of this?
It's very simple, Your Honor. The locker wasn't locked on the day of the crime.
Objection!
But the locker locks are controlled by an electronic system.
Yeah. Meekins did not respond well to that.
When a door is shut, a sensor is triggered, and the locker is automatically locked.
Oh, I know. It must have broken down.
Break it down.
Of course, I'm not an expert in this. Or really anything, Your Honor.
That's not likely, Your Honor. The sensor would detect and report any malfunction.
Oh, well. It just goes to show novices should keep their mouths shut.
Finally, something we can agree on.
So then, Mr. Wright, do you have an explanation? I think it was the glove. And it was probably, yeah, I would suspect that the glove was probably blocking it.
Me, Your Honor?
Yes, why wasn't the locker locked?
Me, Your Honor? Yes, well, you see, this isn't exactly my field. What do you think, Miss Scientific Investigator? Huh? Oh, maybe something like jammed the system sensor. Something jammed the sensor. Say, there's something else that seems out of place in this video. Yeah, I thought so too. There's got to be another clue somewhere in this footage.
Very well, let's inspect the video once more. The locker wasn't locked. Mr. Wright, please. Okay, sorry. I'll stop talking.
Going to fast forward for a little bit here to the shady guy walking up.
And there it is.
Right there. Please watch closely.
The blue badger had something to do with it. Listen, don't... Apostrophe's going to get you if you keep saying that.
Yeah, the glove.
Well, the glove. We have the glove. We found it earlier in the room.
Please watch closely. This is a continuation of the part I showed you earlier.
And there it is. What's this? Something white fell out of the locker. It was probably a dove.
But sir, it's been my experience that things fall out when doors are open. I often fall out and roll great distances when I open my car door. We can't be sure. That item was completely inside the locker to begin with.
What do you mean?
The sensor triggers the lock when the door is shut. What if something was inserted, say, between the sensor and the door?
Inserted.
Creepy error. Thank you so much for that 25 stream streak. I appreciate that. There it goes. This white thing wasn't inside the locker. It was stuck between the door and the sensor. Oh, I understand now, sir. It's just like my tie. 2 out of 3 times it gets stuck in the door when I get out of my patrol vehicle, sir. Instead of the door closing, my tie chokes me.
But the object would have to be extremely thin to fit in the door.
Not only that, but it would have to be to block electrical currents. It would need to be an insulator.
Yes, an insulator, but at the crime scene.
There just might have been something that fits the description. But sir! Hey, that guy! Welcome in, my friend. How are you doing? I think I finally got this figured out.
Very well. Will the defense please present the relevant evidence? What was this insulator that was stuck in the locker door? It was probably a rubber glove. Right here, this glove. Yeah, it has to be the rubber glove. Because that's what we pulled out of there.
Take that!
I found this near the locker. A thin rubber glove. But we can't be sure that was in the victim's locker. Oh, super happy to see you, my friend. Doing well, enjoying some Phoenix Wright. Looking forward to tonight. Busy day. Unfortunately, our poor toddler is so stressed out this time of year. A lot of our time is just trying to help her feel calm. It has a tag that says SL9 incident. The video seems to depict the victim opening the locker. But that isn't the case. The lit lamp attests to this. Oh no, Heaven Guard! No! On the day of the crime, even I could have opened that locker. Does that mean you're Detective Goodman? Is that not so, Officer Meekins? Sir? It would appear so, sir! No, Heaven Guard! Order, order, order. Wow, partially crazy cat lady, almost 800% chance of survival. So are we to believe then that the victim whom this witness stabbed in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman? Wait, wasn't that partially crazy cat lady? Wait, what? A her? Did I miss something? Did I say the wrong name? Let's see here. Partially crazy cat lady had 800%. Heaven Guard had 19. Oh, you're shout. Wait, what? Did it say her? Oh no, I am so sorry. I've got to get that fixed ASAP. Jaden, can you please make a note of that? I am so sorry, dat guy.
Objection!
Do not be misled, Your Honor.
I'm so sorry, dat guy. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
The defense has merely demonstrated that possibility, and nothing more.
Oh, it's one of those days.
The victim in the video is indeed Bruce Goodman. The prosecution will offer one more testimony to prove this.
What?
Officer Meekins, please testify about this.
What? Sir? Me, sir? I'm not sure what you're referring to, sir. Oh, you mean that, sir? Of course, sir.
Is this a joke?
Very well. Begin your testimony. There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. Oh, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I'll get that fixed as soon as I can. You see? No one. We're just typing not work today. Typing no work. Enter the evidence room. When an ID card is at the time of the crime, the detective had to use his card. Oh man. An ID card record. I see. Whoa, why does it? No, stop.
I have the ID card record right here, Your Honor.
Pre-gamed the holiday? Oh.
The ID used at 5:14 is that of the victim.
Xylius, hey, welcome in. How's it going? And thank you for collecting that daily rubber ducky. Just before the crime. Yes, without a doubt, this is the victim's ID. However, one thing does strike me as unusual. Several hundred cases should have been due for transferal. Why were there so few people using the room?
This particular evidence room is only used for storing certain special cases. Special cases? Extremely violent cases involving police staff.
Just hearing that makes my hair stand on end.
Me too. Although, it doesn't make much of a difference. There were only a few cases up for transfer there, and most were cleared up by news.
Right, I see. Now let us move on to the cross-examination.
There's one other thing that proves the man was Detective Goodman, sir. The other evidence room, one must use...
Yeah, so we get that, but we've also proven that other people can get a hold of it.
Is that the card hanging out? Is the card hanging from your neck one of these ID cards? Have a good lurk, Sileus.
Yes, sir. This card right next to my cuff, sir. I kept it here so I won't ever forget it.
But what if someone were to steal it from you? Keeping it out in the open like that.
Maybe I shouldn't wear it around my neck. Remember when I said 2 out of 3 times my tie gets stuck when I get out of my car? Well, the remaining time it's my ID card that gets stuck. So 100 Rickety, welcome and thank you so much for that hydrate. So this man 100% of the time getting out of his car gets stuck in the door. Officer Meekins, how have you made it so far? You dear precious lamb, you. Rickety, thank you so much for claiming.
No, it's all right, Sileus. We appreciate you being here.
And Rickety, thank you so much for claiming that daily rubber duck. Well, instead of the door closing,
maybe I should just leave this one alone. At any rate, each police officer has only an ID card.
Yo, that guy, you are making it through today.
Both the police department and the prosecutor's office can attest to this.
Please proceed with your testimony.
You know that. The detective had used his card.
Oh, Shaden,
Earlier, I believe you testified that when you asked the man to show his ID card, he pulled a knife on you.
Yes, sir. He didn't show me any ID card, sir.
Don't you think that's odd?
Oh, that guy, that's so sweet. Yeah, look at that. We have a much better odds of surviving. Except for Shane and Heaven Guard. Concerns me.
I mean, if he had his ID card, all he had to do was show it to you.
There wouldn't be any reason to draw a knife. Maybe he just panicked. You hadn't claimed your ducky yet? Yeah, that's probably it.
Everything stems from contradictions. Let's point them out.
Mr. Wright, what do you think?
I'm confused.
What?
The problem with this ID card testimony is far too obvious. It's not like Edgeworth to miss something like this.
You're thinking too hard about it. Come on, let's show them what we've got. So... Oh, thank you so much, Shaden. I appreciate that. So I think we have a huge issue with... Because we can look at... this. See, at the time of the crime, It wasn't him. It was someone else. Although I'm not sure who 7777 would be necessarily. So we also have this half-written report. What do we think, chat? Oh, hey, have a good lurk. I hope you have a good lunch. I hope you let us know what you're having at some point, too. At the time of the crime, the detective had used his card. I'm trying to think through this. What time was the crime? What was the actual? So he died between 4 and 5:30. It's such a wide window, though. Okay, so this doesn't help us. If the crime was between 4 and 5:30... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, so do you all see... So, Beacon's number is 4989. When I was looking at this... So this is the report Goodman was writing, right? Goodman's number starts with 584. The half-written report, though, is 59. You figured out why has a low chance of survival? It's because of corn dog fingers. Oh no. Oh hey, so thank you for hanging out with us, little Timmy. I hope you have a wonderful day. So this was written on that day. Does this actually show us anything? I mean, it shows that the person didn't know the number. But is the game going to care? Because Goodman is 5'8". The person had written 5'9". Maybe?
Objection!
They're just... Oh, no. Wait one moment, Officer Meekins. I'm not good at waiting, sir. I have the victim's ID card right here. I found it at the crime scene. That makes sense. When I say crime scene... Oh, hey, we have ads coming up in a minute and a half. Really quickly, if you are new around here, we do 3 minutes of ads every hour to get rid of that pesky pre-roll for people popping into the stream. And I don't want anyone to miss gameplay. If you're a subscriber or if you have Turbo, you don't need to worry about ads. What we're going to do, I'm going to switch this over to some words on... That switch. Usually this is also the time I'll get up, I'll stretch, I'll get something to drink, I might get a snack or something. If you do get sent off to Adland, I at least hope you get ads that you enjoy. Now, I am somewhat convinced this is actually Grey Duck's favorite part of the stream. My challenge to everyone, good luck. We have some really good words on stream people in this community. So I'm going to get that going. I'm going to get up. I'm going to stretch, move around a little bit. If you need to do the same, I highly encourage you to do so. But I will see you all in about 3 minutes, and good luck with words on stream. All right, let's see how this is going. I really quickly fixed that guy's shout out. It is pretty well. Looks like you all blew through one of the levels. Yeah, I got it fixed. Welcome back from ads, anyone who got sent off to ads. If you had ads, I at least hope you had ads that you enjoy. As soon as this round of words on stream is finished, we'll get going. Phoenix. All right. Interested to see how these... All right. Heaven Guard. Whoa. Absolutely on fire today, Heaven Guard. Homotobes, Grey Duck, special shout outs. Great work. All right, let's get switched back over. And hey, you nailed that though, Heaven Guard. That's so impressive. All right, let's see. When I say crime scene, I'm not referring to the evidence room at the police department. Hey, Joy Boy, how's it going? How's your fourth? I mean, the other crime scene. The underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. Your Honor, I have one more piece of evidence to present. It's a very important clue regarding the victim's ID card. Oh, gotcha, Pickle. Oh, I'm so glad you're getting to chill with the fam. You have any big plans for today? A lost item report. It's only half completed. But it shows that Detective Goodman had lost something on the day of the crime. Something important enough to fill out this report. Let me guess. You believe this something to be his ID card, right? I can't say for sure, but there is a high probability. On the day of the crime, Detective Goodman was not carrying his card. Officer Meekins even stands very awkwardly. Order. Order. So now, what does this all mean? It can only mean one thing. It doesn't even require much thought. The man Officer Meekins encountered in the evidence room was not Detective Goodman, but rather the man who stole his ID card. What? Joy Boy, I sure love those Gear 5 loopy emotes. Order. Order, order. Does the prosecution have a response? It's going pretty well so far. This is kind of like really where my day is starting. I have only one thing to say to the defense. Bravo, Mr. Wright. But, oh, thank you. Very kind of you. Joy Boy, do you have a favorite character? Bravo? Allow me to summarize the defense's argument. At 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime, the man in the evidence room Officer Meekins encountered was not Detective Goodman. There are two grounds to support this. First, the locker in the evidence room was already unlocked. I meant like in this character, in this game. Do you have a favorite character? Second, the victim lost his ID card. Am I correct so far, Mr. Wright? Yes? What's he up to? That being the case, we must inevitably arrive at a single conclusion. If the victim in this video is a fake... You like Edgeworth? Yeah, Edgeworth is a really interesting character.
Then the murder in the evidence room is also a fake. In other words, the security camera does not show the incident of the murder.
Yeah, Edgeworth has been a really fascinating character. He started off just as a straight-up villain.
Ah, that is, well, I guess that's right. Is something wrong, Mr. Wright? Only moments ago, you seemed content to be pointing your finger around.
What are we objecting to, Sileus? He's got the drip in the accent. Hey, his outfit, earlier we established his outfit costs thousands of dollars.
This isn't going to end well.
Oh, no!
Well, it seems you finally realized exactly what you've gone to such lengths to prove.
You like wearing suits? Yeah, his suit also has, like, silk. Explain yourself. Have a good one, Xylius. Thank you for hanging out for a bit. Explain yourself, Mr. Edgeworth.
The defense has already done the explaining for me. The victim in this video is a fake, which means a murder did not take place. At the police department at 5:15 on the day of the crime.
So
the real crime could only take place at one location, the underground parking lot. At the prosecutor's office, the murderer being Miss Lana Skye, the defendant. The evidence is compelling. A trustworthy witness.
Would do what so good?
Observed the moment the defendant used the murder weapon.
Oh. Oh.
Knew that testimony was way too shabby.
It's all a trap from the beginning. Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that. The activity in the evidence room still leaves many questions unanswered. Who exactly was the victim Officer Meekins encountered? And where did this person disappear to? However, this trial's purpose is to examine only the murder of Detective Goodman. Oh, thank you, Pickle.
Just so, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, you have to do something, or else Lana...
You. How am I supposed to get myself out of this mess?
Yep, we're just gonna let it go and, you know, like, just... Of course we're going to object.
Objection!
One moment, Your Honor.
What now, Mr. Wright?
Don't tell me you're objecting to what you've just proven. Of course not. But I almost walked right into the prosecution's trap. It's a trap!
What are you talking about? This cross-examination has proven one thing, and one thing only. You've activated my trap card, Mr. Wright.
The security video did not show the actual murder. It was the Blue Badger! It has to have been the Blue Badger. At least according to Heaven Guard.
Not the trap god, Yugi.
However, it cannot be said that it is unrelated to the murder in the parking lot. Yeah, exactly. Specifically, large amounts of blood traces were found in the evidence room. The defense demands further examination into the truth of the matter. Wait a minute, Heaven Guard, what are you doing? No! We all... Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, Your Honor.
If this court were to examine this further, other witnesses would be mandatory. Is the prosecution prepared?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The prosecution considered the incident at the police department to be unrelated.
Pickle.
We have not prepared any other witnesses for this incident. This just might be my chance.
Time to call a certain Texas Ranger into the stand. Walker?
Mr. Wright, do you mean...
It's not like a posture would come over and just... Oh no, Heaven Guard! Your Honor, the defense would like to request a specific witness. Apostro, the joke was Heaven Guard accused the Blue Badger of murder, and he said it's not like Apostro would come over here and just... Yeah, someone was. Oh, whom do you have in mind? Someone we have reason to believe knows the truth. The truth behind the activities that took place in the evidence room. Oh, Apostrophe sound off. Can someone catch her up on what's going on, please? I would appreciate that a lot.
The prosecution requests to hear this person's name before deciding whether or not to comply.
Very well then, Mr. Wright. This person whom you would have testify, what is his or her name? I like how he's like, hey, I need a marshal, and then the game's going to make me pick which marshal we're talking about. Oh, yeah, it's all good, Joy Boy. All right, we're going to ask for Mr. Officer Marshall himself. Officer Jake Marshall.
Why him?
Can't let Edgeworth know just everything just yet.
He's in charge of the evidence room.
I feel we should hear what he has to say.
The prosecution agrees to the defense's request. Since he was responsible for guarding the room, we should hear his testimony. Fortunately, he works in the police department. We shouldn't need longer than 20 minutes to prepare.
Very well. The court will take a 30-minute recess while the witness is subpoenaed. Heaven Guard. Yeah, with that low of a survival rate, you should not be poking a posture like. Will the prosecution please prepare the witness during this time?
We will, Your Honor.
Court is now in recess. Gonna go play with a slide. I feel like this judge thinks recesses are actually for slide time. Yes, can someone... February 24th, 11:32 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
There's no stopping you, is there, Mr. Wright?
Huh?
What do you mean?
You called for Jake Marshall.
It seems you figured everything out.
Haven't figured anything out.
Lana, you're the one who knows everything.
Welcome back, Apostra. I am so sorry that for those weeks happening.
Emma, you always know everything. Why don't you just tell us? Mr. Wright is trying his hardest to protect you.
I don't ever recall asking for his protection.
How can you be so cold? Don't you trust us? Don't you trust me?
Grey Duck, where's mine? Hope I'm not interrupting anything, pals. Hey, it's Officer Gumshoe. Yeah, they really did Apostra. Oh, guess I am. I'll come back later. Oh no! Wait, Detective Gumshoe, what is it? You got a lot of nerve, pal, making a detective run around all day while on duty. And to top it off, you call me here. And to top it off, you call me here. I've seen happier people at funerals. Sorry, detective. You better be, pal. Hey, 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 hey! Hey, I didn't see you there, Chief Prosecutor Sky. It's okay. So, have you brought what I asked for? Or what I asked? Yeah, Grey Duck, hey, anytime. Whoa, 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 whoa. You mean this, right? Wow, Gumshoe was really in a mood today. My apologies, Detective. Due to my present circumstances, I was forced to use Mr. Wright's name when making my request. My name? Never in a million years would I have thought it was you who asked me. Did I bother you to bring me the SL9 incident files? I'll need them by noon. Talk about crazy. The SL9 incident? But Lana, that's... I thought Mr. Wright might need them, so I had them brought here. Here. You might do well to read them. I can't believe you. The chief prosecutor were a witness in that case. Sky. The witness? And better... A certain essence and a certain essence. Man, reading is hard today. Take it from me. You don't want anything to do with serial murderers. Rude. Oh, what? Now I've brought you your stuff, you're just going to ignore me? But why? Why is your name in here? What? My name's in there? I don't know, unless... No, it couldn't be. Lana, this SL9 incident, is that... That's the classification number the police filed it under. 2 years ago, the rest of the world knew it as the Joe Dark killings. That Joe Dark? No. No, Lana. That's over with. No! Emma, wait! She ran away. You know what? I just remembered I gotta be somewhere. Sorry, pal, but I'm out of here. Jake Marshall, Angel Starr, Damon Gant, Miles Edgeworth. To mention Lana and Emma. Everyone involved in this case is connected to those killings 2 years ago. Yeah, everyone pieced out real quick when things got serious with this. It can't just be a coincidence. Knowing you, you just might be able to figure it out. Time to get back to the trial, Mr. Wright. Best of luck. Better take a good look at this file. Oh, snap. This is getting kind of wild. Yo, Brandman, how's it going? All right. February 24th, 12:14 p.m. District Courtroom number 9. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Emma didn't come back. Allow me to call the next witness to the stand.
The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime.
Ooh, what are you having for lunch today? I hope you had a good walk with your dog. Hope it wasn't too terribly hot for you. Oh, he's drinking before his testimony.
Witness, please state your name and occupation. Partner. Just a man, same as bring trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. Yes, we get it.
Oh, I know. You're a patrolman.
Name isn't hard enough. You're the howling wind calling it up. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor.
Howling wind? Never heard Edgeworth described that way before.
Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner.
What do you mean?
Desperado soul is as boundless as the desert sand. Paper.
Hey, a good juicy burger absolutely can be one of the best lunches out there. I love a good burger. That sounds really good. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. Anyone else worried we're going to have to try to understand what on earth this guy is actually saying during this? In plain old English. Oh, thank you, Judge, for one.
My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style.
Oh, have it. Let us know how that burger is. It sounds so good.
Besides, that room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I remember right, I was at a street-side saloon at the time it went down. Just an innocent traveling man. If you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail.
I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. Yeah, Brandman, I want to go with you, please.
Can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card. I reckon even a cowpoke like you about those.
Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated lockers on the evidence? Or the fingerprint-activated locks on the evidence lockers?
Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those?
He's not being very helpful.
He's not that good with machines or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor?
This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, it's all yours. All right, we got to press him on. All right, what do we want to press him on? Oh my goodness, I feel like this guy is going to be very hard to have this conversation with. How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room?
I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera's monitor. So still.
Hang on, that's a lie now.
Even Tom dies in there. The caretaker who heard the recording.
But that has to be alive because the blue badger was in there. So if he was actually monitoring anything that moves, the blue badger was in there singing and dancing. You interred them?
Videos of nothing that use. Time would come, I'd tape. If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life.
This guy has a flair for the dramatic. It isn't going to do him any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room. We just started interrogating him, Shaden. Make around 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right?
You heard a word I said, partner? I told you that ain't that.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
No desperado lets her rule.
No desperados I know joined the police force.
So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime, just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day.
Shaden, I don't know how to take that statement, actually. There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that?
Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks.
Oh, so you haven't done your job in a long time. Got it. How does this guy avoid being fired? Okay, what is the second security system? You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct?
Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence.
Oh my goodness, no, Pickle, no! Unless you're gonna start doing the ho noise. And yet, you don't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism?
Sorry, partner. That good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works.
MKO! How is it going, you delightful sunshine of a human being? It is so lovely to see you, MKO. Hey, mods, can we get a shout out for MKO today? If anyone likes art streams, MKO is a brilliant painter. I love watching her paint. She's a wizard with watercolors. And Mecha Chameleon, which is also painting. MKO, welcome in.
I couldn't even tell you how a bike works.
That's quite incredible.
The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen.
How's the weekend? Weekend's going well so far. I was really enjoying chatting with you and TC stream earlier today. Had a really good time hanging out with you there and streaming some Phoenix right before we got out to my in-laws to blow some stuff up and eat food. You know, the 4th of July thing to do.
It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence.
Oh, yeah. I'm super, I'm pretty cautious.
Baking goods, grilling, and hanging in there. I want some, please. Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too.
How is your weekend going, MKO?
At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place?
Well, he did admit he was drinking on the job. Yeah. This year we'll be much more careful than usual because of the toddler. What were you doing in a place like that?
I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel's steak lunches. Eat that parlors, vongos, eat the pasta.
Oh, have a good one, Dat Guy. I hope you have a great time with the errands, and good luck fixing the kiddo's Switch. I hope you have a wonderful day, friend.
Do you mean to tell us?
You cleaned the whole house because you're going to vacay for the week of the World Cup, for a week of World Cup. A dog sitter coming to stay at the house while you're gone, so it has to be spotless or you fret. MKO, you are in good company. That sounds a lot like Shaden. Oh, Ash Shaden says that, yeah. Yeah, sounds a lot like Shaden. And I'm super jealous you get to go see the World Cup. I hope you have an incredible time. Do you know what teams you get to see play? What if they see your dirt?
You abandon your police duties to eat some noodles?
Not all desperados eat tacos, partner.
Argentina versus Egypt. That sounds so cool.
That's not what I meant. I hope this has at least taught you a lesson.
Strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, oh, MKO, you have an 8th sense about this, I think. Do you not, did you not want to raise this year? Okay, an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time you hit the trail. This dude. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall?
Right, partner. As you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're wasting my time. Of course, is carry me back west to the sunset.
One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, witness doesn't appear to have seen anything.
Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone, Matt.
Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I'd best keep my cool. Before I use it, though, I better up the ante. Okay, so we know we have his fingerprints in the room, and he says he hasn't been in there in 2 weeks. We have and our evidence log is getting so long. Yeah, we have his bloody fingerprints in there.
Objection!
And he says he hasn't been in there in at least 2 weeks. Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime.
That you dragged me down. Explain yourself, partner.
As he takes more, as he drinks more. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail behind at the scene. Or to be exact, a handprint.
Pretty good, partner. I said, I'm the caretaker. Crypt. Give my respects. Keep my rounds about one. Only natural my fingerprints were.
Objection!
I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
Witness, what's the meaning of this?
Yeah, we have to get Meekins clear. There's no way we're letting that poor sweet innocent lamb get accused of this. Sword lottery. Oh, that's super exciting, MKO.
Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene?
The blood was wiped away. However, a luminol test clearly revealed this. Oh, I completely agree. Well, Officer Marshall?
It seems to me, the person in this room with a head on his shoulders I take it you have an explanation for them, Officer Marshall? About the blood-stained fingerprints?
Very well. You may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime.
Okay. Like I said, it'd be natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room.
Dun, dun, dun.
One of them just happened to be at the same place as the stained hand. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. Bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated.
What are the odds? Wow. He's asking us to believe in one of the most extreme bits of probability that there could be.
Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See? Had nothing to do with it.
The witness's explanation appears valid, although there's room for doubt.
Life wouldn't be fun without that part.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
It's hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it.
Yeah, appears.
Okay. So I don't think... I mean... That's because you... How did you put it? Pay your respects once a month?
Yeah, that's right. But one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
What? What do you mean?
I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was a detective. Locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. I see. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that lock.
Apparently his fingerprint data was never removed from that locker's programming. He must have been using the fingerprint lock all this time without ever knowing it. Marshall's fingerprints updated in the court record. Listen, that seems so far-fetched to me. So then, what about the bloody handprint?
It wasn't mine. Straight.
Please explain.
My locker's covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened.
Uh-huh. They are completely unrelated. The murderer was wearing gloves. How do you know that?
I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports.
There was a bloodstain at the scene, though thought to be left by the murderer. Right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Oh, yeah, I think we tried that too.
So that would mean the murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place their hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. Hey, even the judge... It's bad when the judge is even skeptical of this. That guy believes pretty much anything anyone tells him.
That's the only logical conclusion. Starting to get the picture, partner. Picture? The seal of blood. Desert. Food for the buzzards. There's only one reality. This.
The security tape?
My trail isn't there. It's say otherwise.
This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right? Let's see, let's take a look. Let us review the cassette without having to present. Hydrate or digest. Hey, thank you for the hydrate, Grey Duck. All right, so let's take a look. Because we know which one was Officer Marshall's. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Oh. Hang on. It appears finally. Okay, it's still not there. There goes Meekins. Is it? Bingo, we got him. We have got him.
Objection!
Your Honor, that statement contradicts this evidence.
It does. I don't see anything contradictory.
What? How am I supposed to present it? I am so confused. How... Alright, so here's what I'm gonna do real quick. Because we know that that is... Like, that's it. That's the answer. Because that means he has to have opened his locker right then. So Shaden, I caught him. We have more proof that it may have been him in there. It won't, but I don't have the... All of those commands aren't currently present for it. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, but it wasn't letting me. Can I... Yeah, see, all of the commands for it are gone. I'm going to save, and I'm going to try showing the tape again. Oh, show him the locker? Let's take a look. Okay. So... Wait, is that... Whose evidence locker is that, though, that we have? Yeah, I don't know if that's his specific one. Because I feel like that tape is very, very much the answer, wasn't it? What do you mean by that? Crimes are a crime. If so, oh, okay.
If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. Yes, let me show the tape. But that video's next to you. Oh, okay. Now I guess I had to talk about it again? But that video's next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots.
Places you can't see. The camera's panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, he could leave the room without being caught on tape.
Objection!
Is anyone else imagining, like, Officer Marshall just crawling along the floor now?
We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright.
Well, Mr. Wright, you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present. Please do so now. Near the end of the tape.
Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. But could you imagine, like, Officer Marshall, like, scuttling along the ground?
Gotta get past this camera. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one making a mistake.
Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us this incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall. All right, we're going to fast forward. Because it was there at the very end. Okay, I think it's one more past it, I think. Or two more. Is it now? Is it now? There it is. Hey.
Take that!
Bringing our attention back to the security camera is a mistake, I'm afraid. You'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall.
Is are shortened this and so are our tempers. Sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less.
You're guilty, guilty, guilty. Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video.
Exactly 8 words. Bad partner.
The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video back a bit.
Hear the Blue Badger song backwards.
Jaden, if you get a chance, can I have more tea, please? And there it is.
Oh, the white cloth. It's gone. What is the meaning of this, Officer Marshall?
When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall?
Hydrate or dihydrate?
Hey, thank you for the hydrate gold. I appreciate that. Okay. You were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Oh, that's right. You're not even home.
Order. Order.
Hold your horses. Sorry, but you got the wrong. But what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. Murderer needed to hide something, so he opened a locker and stuck it in.
Kiki Bird! Hey, how's it going, my friend?
It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me?
Thank you for claiming your daily rubber ducky. Kiki, how was your holiday going?
I mean, we have him, like, in such a tight spot at this point.
This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade. You're the only person who can open that particular locker.
Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I open that locker. Now prove it.
I mean, sure. Let me pull one out of my pocket to show to you.
Fingerprint sensor.
We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to.
What kind of crazy talk is this?
Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this.
In any case, the locks aren't that obvious. There's even some people on the force who don't know about the fingerprint locks.
So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less? What is he eating?
I only got one word for pardon.
No!
What just happened?
Order, order, order. Witness, explain yourself. That was wild.
If this is a joke, best I've ever heard.
I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What is he eating?
Olay, please answer the question.
Are you quite all right, Judge? What is he now, a bullfighter? That's all right, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here.
We can. Beef jerky? A glove? Who knows?
Have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
Beef. It could be beef jerky. It's entirely possible. If that's so, then where was the witness?
It seems Mr. Wright has an answer.
That's right. The only possible conclusion.
Well then, let's hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime?
So Officer Marshall has to have been... Yeah, Officer Marshall has to have been the one disguised as the victim. Officer Marshall was standing right here.
There. But that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was.
Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman.
Objection!
But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure.
Objection!
May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. Yeah, and he said he didn't look at the guy's face. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show us his card, sir. Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond? Oh, no, Apostra! No, I'm so sorry. He suddenly pulled a knife on me. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it?
Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room. So he must have been carrying it.
The answer is simple. Yeah, so everything is saying he wouldn't have any way to have seen the guy's face. He closed his eyes to disarm the guy, and he never looks at people in the face when he talks to them. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on the ID card. We're saying that Officer Marshall was the one disguised as Detective Goodman, Shaden. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card.
Oh, I get it.
If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall?
You got quite an imagination, partner. You got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence.
Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it.
You're gonna have to do better than that to protect it. You have hard evidence dressed up as the victim.
I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me.
Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim?
All right, we do have an ad break in just under a minute now. We do 3 minutes of ads every hour to get rid of that pesky pre-roll for people popping into the stream. If you're a subscriber or if you have Turbo, you don't need to worry about ads. If you get sent off to Adland, I hope you at least get ads that you enjoy. This is a great time to get up, stretch, do all those things. If you are not a subscriber, do not worry about missing gameplay. I don't want anyone to have to miss gameplay. So what we do, we play some words on stream during those times so that no one needs to worry about that. I am going to go ahead and get up and stretch at that point. Oh yeah, absolutely. Heavengard crushed that first round. So let's go ahead, let's get going with the next round of words on stream, and I will see you lovely folk in about 3 minutes. All right. Whoa, you all jumped up 5 levels. That's absolutely wild. Congratulations on that. Let's see how that... Heaven Guard! Wow, once again, Grey Duck, Momotope's Gold, you all are just doing so incredibly well on those. That's wildly good. All right. So let's go ahead. Your brain hurts? I am so sorry. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not good at words on the stream myself, but... and just as a reminder for everyone, really quickly, we are not going to be streaming it next Saturday. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, Momo. Oh, it wouldn't continue? I'm so sorry. I was really, really quickly trying to grab some kind of food. We are not going to be streaming next Saturday because it is my dear Atomic Shadow, my son's birthday. So we are going to take the day off to go celebrate him turning 7 years old. Super, super, super excited for him. All right. So we are going to go ahead. Let's continue with this. Come on now. Yeah, it's Atomic Shadow's 7th birthday next weekend, so we're going to go out of town. Well, thank you for the bits. Gold, I appreciate that. So yeah, he'll be turning 7 next Saturday, so we're going to take the day off. We're going to go celebrate. And he and my dad actually share a birthday, so we're going to go do a big combined birthday for them. All right. So we have to prove that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim. I can see the fear in your eyes, Bart. Gold, those bits are very appreciated. Thank you. Gonna take the desert heat. Yeah, it is a double birthday. It's really cool that my son and my dad share a birthday. Oh, this can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do?
It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you've run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics? Hey, would be what Mia used to tell me. Phoenix, try thinking outside the box.
Hey, Edgy has been really turned a new leaf, though. Yo, Pickle! Thank you so much for the gifted subs. That's so kind of you. Thank you, Pickle. Thank you for sounding those drums of liberation. You heard birthday and your brain went subs? Well, that is very appreciated. Thank you so much, Pickle. Not my birthday, though. Very appreciated. But yeah, that is so kind of you. Thank you. And for anyone who's new to this story, that was our boss who was murdered, and we had to help solve her murder, actually. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. Rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he wasn't. Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place? What do you mean?
There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later as it has been. Since he didn't originally plan to open his locker.
According to the defense's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason.
The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside.
So,
just what exactly is this piece of cloth.
Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence. Video's my only shot.
Very well. Let's take yet another look at the security tape.
Heaven Guard! Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for the 1,500 bits. That's wild, Heaven Guard. Thank you so much. Oh, wow. Thank you.
I'm gonna take a drink of that real quick.
Ooh, thank you so much. Wow.
After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker and put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker.
I think
I actually think I know what it is. I don't know. For anyone who was here like a week or two ago. Maybe not. I thought I saw a handprint on the blue badger. Look, there's there, right there. Does anyone else see this? Right there, very, very faintly outlined. I thought I had noticed that like a week or two ago. Well, what do you have to say to that?
my partner. Know the reason I had to open my locker?
No, you're still trying to accuse Blue Badger. No.
Why? So I could stuff you in there.
What? Huh?
Hydrate or dihydrate?
Fly Guy, thank you so much for the hydrate. Whoa!
Sure, the world would be a better place without you. With you sent off to the boneyard.
Yo, Gold, thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Oh my goodness, you all. Folks, that is wild. Whoa. Thank you all so much. That really is so kind of you. Yeah, Pickle wanting to watch the world burn. Wow, you all. Wow. Oh no, Shaden! Great. Shaden, thank you for the bits and goodbye. You're allergic to ads. Yeah, that's fair. No, it was Grey Duck. Grey Duck just timed out Shaden. All right, Shaden, bye. We'll see you in 5 minutes. You're not allowed to participate in the stream for a while. Oh no. Oh, hey, the Fly Guy command was used. Everybody in stream needs to hydrate, stretch, and do a posture. Oh, there's a... All right, thanks for using the Fly Guy command. All right, so Officer Marshall has admitted he wants us dead. Yeah, mine too, Grey Duck.
Unfortunately, all unsolved cases can't be stored in the evidence room.
Now I'm an unsolved case? Wait, something went wrong in that evidence room. That's why Marshall... Oh, wait, that didn't count? Then after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. That didn't count? All right, we got to look at this.
Pretty tape again.
Maybe it wasn't paint? Yeah, we won't know for at least 3 minutes. I don't know how she's doing in prison. In timeout. Alright. So chat, what do we think? I was pretty convinced it would have something to do with that handprint on there. Enjoying the music too. Oh, having guard switching sides so quick on that. And I was convinced it would be... Oh, you think that... Oh, that would make sense if it was gumshoes, actually. Oh, snap. Hang on. Hang on. I don't think I had quite realized that previously. If he wanted to get out of there, he's probably gonna have to get all that. So he's probably gonna have to get that blood off of his shoulder, because that's a lot of blood from poor Meekins. That's a lot of Meekins' blood. Oh no. That is a lot of Meekins' blood. But Apostle, I think you have a good point. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering, if he shoved the coat in there. For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room. I don't know to what end yet. So I'm wondering if that cloth is part of the coat. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. Officer Meekins? Solving a crime? Who'd have thunk? When he asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloody white coat. No, it's a bloody red coat here on the 4th of July. You couldn't just walk out like that. So you hid the coat in your locker.
Not bad, pardon.
Emote only chat. Oh no, Fly Guy coming in, choosing violence today. How's it going, buddy? I hope you're doing well. Thank you all so much for that second hype train. That's way too kind of you. I hope you all enjoy the emotes you got. I appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Oh, that was Tiger? Wait, it says, wait. Oh, that Fly Guy helped. Thank you so much, Fly Guy. Gold is the gold with the... Oh, thank you so much for helping with that, Fly Guy. I do appreciate it. Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Oh.
It's like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Ed. Really? Years ago.
That's hilarious, Fly Guy.
If you're only half as persistent then, I wouldn't be here.
Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it.
All right. It seems the time's come.
Ooh, Marshall's confession.
I had to do with that. Couldn't just stand by and I stole the detective's ID and dressed like it. and to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. Knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at found.
So the supposed victim was really you.
There's one thing I still don't understand. Traces of a large quantity of blood were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is donor.
Thank you for that, Fly Guy.
It was way too much blood for such a small donation.
All right, so this confession...
I'm trusting Fly Guy on it. Shaden, welcome back. Till someone figures out another way to prevent you from talking. You were yelling internally about the coat. Oh no! Well, thank you for vibing it out at least.
Hold it!
When you say it, you mean...
Even have to ask, partner.
Meekins can do no wrong. I don't think Meekins could intentionally do a crime.
The SL9 incident. 2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day. Not if I have to do with it. That incident's not over.
No!
All right, I have set the timer.
Can't say my own wife. It's online name.
What did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? Case is closed. Detective. I wanted to have a look at it myself for time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case.
Yeah.
But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it?
I usually call you darling.
Call you darling. That day was my last chance. That's why
Hold it!
Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman?
I didn't make it like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal. I'd be arrested for anywhere.
You have so many duck coins, Evangard.
So you did it to fool the security camera.
And the detective's ID card.
Oh no!
I stole that in the moment of the incident.
So that really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report.
I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office.
Fair enough, Shaden. It's well deserved. No! What on earth? I've got to add to the timer. Wow. And trying to acknowledge... Wow. All right, I've added a minute to the timer. You want that title? We'll talk about that later. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall.
So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. What do you mean, partner? I mean the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. Under normal circumstances, you wouldn't have been able to open that locker yourself. But you could because a rubber glove just happened to get stuck in the door. That means Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall.
The outside temp where we are? You know, I haven't looked. It is currently 90, which is actually the lowest it's been in a week for us. 90, 92. Okay.
You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised.
Yeah, that dry heat, though. We don't have that luxury where we are so much.
I only planned on being in the evidence room more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time.
Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. Oh. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID.
I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year. When did Edgeworth get so much influence?
Yeah, only 55% humidity is not bad for the Midwest this time of year.
Anyway, he threw himself at me and ended up cutting him. Sorry it had to turn out that way. I mean, knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one?
All right, timer's up. Dew point about 70, so it's muggy. Yeah, I don't like those really high dew points.
I don't know what to say.
So you knocked Officer Meekins out and...
So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. The security tape is erased every 6 hours. And if all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in your struggle with Officer Meekins. If someone was in the security room when it came out, he would have been up in my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? Sleeping like a baby.
So what you were saying is, on that day...
But the bloodbath of the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. Are you blind? The victim shown on that tape is me. I'm not dead yet, pardon. So you stole the evidence from the locker. Actually, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, he gone.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence?
It's still missing, Your Honor. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing?
Okay, do we think Goodman was actually trying to commit a crime during all of this too? What do we think, chat? I think Goodman was involved in the illegal part of all of this.
Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Fire away, partner. It's a free country. Remember, I'm also free to decide whether Not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID? Injuring a police officer? This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Sid, this isn't your case. And I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with.
The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more.
I can't just forget the SL9 incident, you know why?
Why? Tell us why.
That case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it?
And that's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room.
Joe Dark was convicted for his crimes. One thing I can say for sure is he deserved his sentence.
I remember the Joe Dark case.
You can't handle the truth!
It involved serial murders, didn't it?
Captain Crunch! The Trix Rabbit! No!
I don't intend to complain about how it turned out. But there's something that's still... Something went down that trial. Something no one will talk about.
Oh, yeah. Apostro, we are. They have not stopped in a week. I mean, it's been as early as 7:30 in the morning till about 11:30 at night every day for about a week for us already. Part of the reason why poor little Ducklet's on edge.
So, trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I'd better take another look at the files.
All right.
They've been starting at like 6, 3:30 is wild.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Hydrate or dihydrate?
Oh, Draco! Thank you so much for that hydrate.
I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so we need to present evidence. Let's take a look through those files. Crime, serial murder, sentence, death. Oh, yeah. See, I'm a relatively pretty light. Edward Jones. Oh, no! He got Edward Jones. Pretty sure that's a financial guy. Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Moss, Jeb Bates. Neil Marshall. Did? Oh, Heaven Guard, I hope you have a spectacular day with your family. Thank you so much, friend. Heaven Guard, you are such a wonderful human. You are very appreciated. I think that Officer Marshall had a family member who was murdered. Look at that. Neil Marshall. Couldn't stand by and let it die.
Objection!
The witness is... Oh, apparently I did that at a wrong time. Well, I would figure that that's why Okay, maybe that's it. Goes to the first statement? All right, right evidence, wrong statement. Okay. And then I accidentally pressed the hold it button instead of and all right, let's yeah, we know why. Because I think you had a family member who's a victim. Officer Marshall, I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident.
You've been sipping too much cactus, partner.
Well, it is the thirst quenchiest. Yeah, so anyone who might be new around here or who hasn't gotten to see every episode of this, it's been a relatively long series. That is a link to my YouTube channel that Grey Duck just put in. That is where I store my VODs. I actually keep them in a fairly organized playlist. So if you want to go back and see like what the rest of this game has been like, you should be able to see them there. And then most of the other games I've been streaming will also be there. Thank you, Grey. But Cactus Juice is the thirst quenchiest. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned here. In a list of murder victims. Neil Marshall. You related to this man?
Neil Marshall. Sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago. See the same lousy prosecutor.
What? A prosecutor?
You must be talking about the king of prosecutors. Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. It's killed. That case fell into your hands.
But what's his relation to you?
He was investigating the murder of Damon Gant, then Deputy Chief of Police. The group of detectives I was part of worked under. Desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dark. Brother fought Dark and was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. Case was finally closed. It's according to the public records.
What do you mean?
My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. And that's it. That's your reason for your insane actions. There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me.
Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime.
It was the last day of the SL9 case. The SL9 case could be reopened. Satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. The things that happen by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's, this fake murder was going on at the police department.
We really think they're unrelated?
Chance? Gotta be more than just that.
So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one.
Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky.
Objection!
But wait! A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial.
Objection!
I don't care. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department.
Seems to me this boy's got the draw on you, Bart.
All of the mysteries at the police department have been resolved. No doubt about that. Our sole murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Sky. And the testimony of one Miss Angela Starr is completely incontestable. If you have a response, make it a single word or less.
Love. Ah.
I rest my case. Bambina.
It seems this trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt.
Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department.
Oh, no.
There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake. But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty.
Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. This court finds the defendant.
Hold it! Wah! Your Honor?
Wait.
Emma?
The defense has an objection, a scientific objection. Right. Hey, hello, welcome in. I was wondering about you today. What do you mean, right?
Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian?
Your Honor. Oh, in a sense. Please, Mr. Wright, all I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please. Oh, yeah, and real quick, ads, we're still a little bit off from ads, but after the next ad break, I have a huge, hopefully very exciting announcement for everyone as soon as that next ad break is over. It is the first stream of the month. I've been teasing for about a month. Kind of a huge thing that I'm planning for the channel. And we will, as soon as that ad break is done, have the announcement. I don't want to leave it. Oh, I hope you had fun at the pool. I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3.
Thank you.
I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings. Now that she mentions it. The names of both Sky Sisters were in that file. But that's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker?
But no fingerprints were found on it, right?
No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I would be sure to find a clue. So, I ran over there and looked at it again.
So you did find something. No. Huh? Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Is that all? Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student. I'm just a baby. And I'm just an attorney. But, Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. If we can't find something wrong with them... Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me? Oh boy.
Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain?
It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this?
Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be...
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day.
What is this case about? Oh boy. So a detective was murdered. And at the same time, allegedly, he was also murdered partway across town. The chief prosecutor admitted to committing the crime, even though we know she didn't do it. And since then, we've been trying to figure out what's going on. We know it has something to do with a serial killing that happened 2 years ago. And other people who were involved with that, yeah, it's getting really, like, quite the tangled web. We're not 100% sure what everything going on is yet. But Officer Marshall disguised himself as Detective Goodman, who was murdered. So we just found out that that's where the second murder allegedly happened. But that guy wasn't killed. He accidentally caused another officer to get stabbed. Yeah, whole thing's been pretty convoluted. Very convoluted. So now we are still trying to get to the point originally where we say that the chief prosecutor was not the one who murdered the guy who was actually murdered in the first location. I hope that made any form of sense, but hopefully that makes some form of sense. Yes, Your Honor. If I've ever needed a contradiction, if I've ever needed to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing? We have to object, otherwise this case is over. This handprint left at the crime scene clearly shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is that you're grasping, Mr. Wright. The handprint is showing a contradiction, but what is it?
You've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them?
Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? Yes. Something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark.
Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright.
With all this evidence here, there's got to be something I can use.
The question is, which item can prove something is missing from the floor plans?
All right, chat. The floor is missing! They didn't draw the only thing that's in the title there. All right, so this is... Yeah, I know. All right, not the attorney's badge. The mascot? But the mascot shouldn't be in the floor plans, right? So what could be missing? Let's look at the floor plans real quick. So this is the floor plans. This is where you come in. These are the lockers with the handprints. He was on the floor. This is true. Could be missing. The lockers are on there. A door. LT! Oh my goodness. I hope you have a great lurk. I love you. Bye. Have a good lurk. Wait a minute. Hang on. Looking at what Hello was saying. Hang on. Let's look at what LT was, or what Hello just said. He has a point. The door's not on there, but also none of the door system is on there. Oh my goodness, happy 4th, LT. It's so nice of you. Wait, are my feathers looking right, chat? How are you, LT? But yeah, anyone just now getting in, we have it'll be about 10 minutes before ads, and after those ads, I have a huge announcement to make for the channel. We'll be doing that as soon as that next ad break, next and final ad break is over. Yes, but nothing about the door is there. Like, the door itself isn't there. Ooh, I hope you have an incredible barbecue. Barbecue sounds so good. In the video, the mascot was in front of the right locker with the handprint. There couldn't be any indication that there's a door there. Yeah, that is weird to me. But mind you, this is just the floor print, the floor plan that we're looking at. So, like, they don't actually have, like, the crime scene tape or anything either. But I think that that's what we're going to go with. I'm going to trust you, chat. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. I am going to have faith in you all. As he gets more drunk?
About that piece of...
The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth. Guardian of proof. Good job, chat. That was brilliant of you.
Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here.
So
watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime. I love how they specify he was dancing there at the time of the... Well, what?
Le gasp!
That's right. As long as the Blue Badger is dancing there, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot on the locker. What? So that means, just what exactly does that mean? It means it can't be done. What are you saying? Blood traces are undeniably found on that locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it there. Mr. Wright, think about it through scientifically. Emma, on that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right? Yeah, Judge finally locked in. After he put it down, it would be impossible to leave a handprint on that locker. So that means this blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in. Or was brought there before the blue badger was brought in? Oh, yeah. Kiki, if you haven't met Kiki, Kiki is just like an incredibly delightful human being and deserves a lot of love. So does LT. LT and Kiki, if you haven't met much, you two should get to know each other. I think you would do very well married.
Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. Hydrate or die?
Hello, thank you for the hydrate. In fact, I bet you two would have, like, a batch of adorable children. You should call one Freya. It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police department's evidence room. Blood? This is the most far-fetched thing that's happened in this court? Yeah, it's definitely not the parrot. The parrot was not as a witness. Zozo Exo, welcome in. How are you doing? It's so good to have you here. Thank you for popping in, Zozo. How are you? Blood was not spilt once, but twice. I'm doing well. I hope you're having a good day. But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time. Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
Objection!
That's ridiculous. I refuse to accept your absurd claim.
Objection!
The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker.
Objection!
So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened. Thank you for the Von Karma objection. When did it take place? I'm doing well, though. Super excited to just, be having a kind of a long weekend. That's really needed. I demand you show evidence that proves when it occurred. When did the first incident occur?
To summarize, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was posing as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in that evidence room.
That's right. The blood mark on the locker proves this.
Very well. Then tell us. When did this first incident occur? As Mr. Edgeworth said, proof must be presented.
Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that.
Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? What shows the first crime took place?
Gotta be the ID card record, right? Because we still also have this unaccounted for timestamp. We don't know who 777777 is. If the crime took place inside the evidence room, then the killer would have had to enter it. And in order to do so, an ID card would have been required.
An ID card? Whoa. The ID card record.
Yes, that's what we just handed to you. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at...
Let's see here. 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be... 4:40 p.m. Ah. Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done?
I never would have figured you. Boy.
Drop the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me.
That was a lot of M's.
Oh.
Oh, hey, we have an ad break about to come up. We have an ad break here in 2 minutes. For anyone new around here, we do 3 minutes of ads every hour to get rid of that pesky pre-roll for people popping into the stream. If you are a subscriber or if you have Turbo, you don't need to worry about ads. Yeah, we can't keep putting Edgeworth on trial for murder. Yeah, I mean, we got to stop doing that eventually. If you're a subscriber or if you have Turbo, then you do not need to worry about ads. But if you get sent off to ads, I hope you at least get ads that you enjoy. But don't worry, we are not going to continue the game without you. I don't want people without ads to have to worry about missing the game. Oh, I appreciate that so much, LT. Genuinely, thank you from the bottom of my heart for popping in. It means a lot to have you here. I will tell you all about the ads. Thank you so much, Zozo. Let me know if they're good. That does matter. But I at least hope that you have ads that you can enjoy. We're not going to play the game without you here, though. What we're going to do, we're going to switch over to words on stream here. Love you too, LT. And during that time, I'm going to get up and stretch. And then right after this ad break, I'm going to do my big channel announcement for everyone. Grey Duck, thank you so much for that to Zozo. That is so sweet of you. Thank you for that gifted sub. All right, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get up and stretch. I'm going to get something to eat really quickly. Grey Duck, that was so kind of you. And until then, I will see you all right after the ad break. All right. Sorry about that slight delay, everyone. I was trying to finish up food really quick. Yeah, fortunately, I squeaked one in at the last moment. Grey Duck, Heaven Guard. Wow, you all really did a great job on that one. All right, so announcement time. And a golden Kappa hype train? I don't even really know what that means. That's exciting. Gold, thank you so much for another gifted sub to the community and for the bits. Thank you. That's absolutely wild of you all. But yeah, thank you so much for the golden Kappa. It gives you that, but gold. Wow. That's cool. Pickle, thank you so much for the gifted sub, too. Excuse me, that is so incredibly kind of you. Okay, it's that face, but gold, but only 24 hours. Allegedly only one happens per day on Twitch. Yo, Koodles, how's it going? Wait, allegedly only one happens per day on Twitch? Oh, I don't know. That would be crazy. Koodles, how are you? It's so exciting to have you here. There. If anyone doesn't know Koodles, Koodles is a genuinely sweet human being. Really, really, really like. All right, so big announcement time. And Shaden, thank you for the bits, darling. All right, so big announcement time. I've been working on this for about a month or two, and I've been kind of toying around with some stuff with the mods on this. So as a lot of you know, I work a lot of jobs. And actually, thanks to you all, I have been able to leave the one that's the most time-consuming side job I have. So not my main job. I still got to do that. But I don't need to work my main side job anymore. And that frees up a lot of free time in my month now. And we've actually consistently been getting there for the last 3 months in a row. So I wanted to figure out a way to thank you all for this. And so I'm actually going to start doing, once we cross certain thresholds, just ways for me to give back to the community. Because it means the world to me that you all are helping me be in the position where I don't have to work 4 jobs like I did for a while. I can go down to 3. Now, one of them is like super contractual. It's not like a crazy busy amount of time. But that's thanks to you all. That's thanks to you all as a community deciding you wanted to do that for me. So what I want to do, because there's 2 thresholds we've been meeting really, really consistently. Oh yeah, I'm going to add a 5th job. Yes, Koodles, I've decided I don't like sleep anymore, and I'm just going to completely quit sleeping. I never want time off again. So with that, I wanted to start figuring out ways to thank the community. And there's kind of 2 thresholds we've been hitting every single month. And the second one being kind of the amount that when I started thinking about streaming, that was the amount I needed to make in order to not need that second job anymore. So we've been hitting those really consistently for 3 months. And so whenever we hit the $200 mark each month, I have a special community reward that I want to do for you all. And that's actually going to be a community game day. So as soon as we hit a $200 mark in each month, it's going to be an extra stream, not a replacement stream. That is just anyone in the community can come in and join us on those game days. So things like Mecha Chameleon, but for everyone. That's actually part of the reason why I slipped that in last month, was because we had hit that and I wanted to thank everyone. Now, in addition, the 300 mark one, which is that's the mark I needed to do, and we've been hitting really consistently. I will actually do, and this was Chronicle Jake's idea. I am going to do a community-controlled Subnautica stream every time, once a month, we do that. And that means that you all are going to be able to actually directly, if you're not familiar with crowd control, you will get to directly interfere with the game itself in ways that you want. Which we'll see how that goes. But we'll keep doing that with Subnautica, because Subnautica is one where you can do some crazy stuff with that. Oh, hey, Goob. I hope you got lots of rest. Welcome in to the announcement portion of the day. So, no, and I'm so sorry. I was going to flip that. So at 200, it was going to be the Hot Ones Challenge. You see, for me, that's just, I can't do that safely anymore. I did have an organ removed a few years ago where if I eat stuff that hot, it actually would be, my body can't process it at all anymore. So, at 200, it would be the, you guys get to mess with me while I play Subnautica thing. It was my gallbladder. Wow, that's brilliant, Koodles. And Apostra, thank you so much for the bits. Oh, no, that's fine. I just don't usually go into it. Yeah, the gallbladder. That's impressive. And I used to eat a lot of, like, crazy hot stuff, but after that was removed, I actually can't physically do that so much anymore. Thank you all so much for getting that third hype train going today. That's wild. That is beyond imagining. So at 200, it's the you guys get to mess with me while I play Subnautica for a bonus stream. 300, you know a lot about the organs of the body. Ooh, okay. How many jars of those do you have? Correct, yes. At 300, it's the community game day. And then, like, you all are wild. Sometimes your basement's full of them. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I want to come up with other ways to thank you all. Nah, I see, but Goob, that's not really the vibe of my channel, though. Gotcha. Now, I still do spicy, but I used to be able to handle, like, scorpion peppers pretty well. And I cannot do scorpion peppers at all anymore. The last time I tried, it made me so sick. So I've had to kind of tone it back. Like, I'm still much higher on that scale than a lot of people are, but yeah, and the beans just isn't my thing. Like, that's not what we're about around here for me. Like, in terms of the vibes of our channel. But what I'm putting up to you as the community, and once again, like, those two goals we've been hitting, and I want to just do that as a thank you for you all. If there's other threshold milestones you all would like to see that kind of fits what we do around here, I actually have a channel in my Discord, the Duck Bunker, called, let me find it. It is the, yes, yeah, you don't have to have your appendix either. So I have a stream and channel requests section in there where if there's any rewards or like milestones you all would like to see, I would love for you all to feel free to put that in there. Let me, if you're not hanging out with us, that's a link to our Discord. We're a very chatty bunch. We talk a lot about food. We talk a lot about pets. There's lots of other kinds of zany things sometimes. We've had some odd... This morning we had a conversation about if your fingers were made out of corn dogs and you ate them, would that be cannibalism? You never know what you're going to find in the Duck Bunker. And you're there too. Hey, I love having you there, Grey Duck. It means the world to me having you there. So anyway, if there's other things that you all would like to see as these rewards, let me know. What kind of question is that? Yeah, I mean, it's a great question. I was very curious. So this is just, this is me wanting to thank you all because once again, like, I do not have to go disappear for 24 hours at a time every few weekends or whatever for my family. Like, to keep supporting us and to keep being able to do stuff. But I did absolutely want to thank you all for that. So thank you from the bottom of my heart, community, for making it so I don't have to work all these extra jobs. That does free up so much time. Just so much time for it. Hopefully that's an exciting thing for everyone, and really that doesn't mean anybody needs to do anything different at all. And you know what? If I never hit those again, I don't care. I'm doing this for you all. But this is my way of wanting to give back. So, genuinely, thank you. What a gig. When I asked you, oh yeah, it has been a very, very hard side job, Koodles, for my family. Especially as my kids are getting older and like as my health is not great. As you all know, I have an autoimmune disease that makes it rough to do stuff. Having to disappear for, and I mean, up to a week at a time, 24 hours at a time or whatever, it is not easy. So thank you all so much for making this possible. I love streaming for you all. Genuinely, like I have loved getting to stream and be part of this community. For making it all possible. I mean, I didn't make it all possible. You all, I mean, I turned on a game one day on an ancient laptop, and one at a time, you all started kind of popping in, and you decided to stay. So, I'm trying not to get too... Yeah, I do. Hello. That's why, like, that's actually why the other week I couldn't stream Phoenix Wright, because it had gotten really, really serious that weekend, and I wasn't capable of speaking correctly. So anyway, without trying to get overly emotional, and now you're stuck. I'm stuck with you all. No, like, I consider it a privilege to get to have you all here, genuinely. And that's why I'm always trying to figure out ways to thank you all for doing that. We are also getting super close to our 250 follower celebration. Oh, thank you, Zozo. That is so kind of you. You're here forever. Hey, and Gold, thank you so much. Another wild thing with this all is I have tier 3 subscribers, which I ignored. I didn't think that would be a thing that would exist. And so I got to add some perks to you all too. Thank you so much for hanging out and playing board games with me last night online. I got to hang out with Grey Duck and Gold to get to know them a bit better. They got to hear me ramble about how much I love a specific board game. But if there's other things I can do for you all, like as perks and stuff, please feel free to drop that suggestion for me. I want to give you all so much because, wow, like I never could have imagined my life being at a point where I could say like, yeah, I actually like, no, seriously, one of my jobs is I'm a streamer and I get to have fun and play video games and hang out with the best community. You aren't going anywhere anytime soon. I genuinely appreciate that. I would miss you all tremendously. So anyway, let's get going with this last bit of Phoenix Wright. I might try to stop it a little early if we hit a good stopping point, because I know we have a holiday. And the fact that you all are hanging out with me on a holiday, absolutely wild. Thank you for spending part of your 4th with me. I want to make sure we get this wrapped up in time for everyone to get to go spend time with your families. It's your dad's birthday. Hey, happy birthday to Father Hello. That is very appreciated. The only reason I am Koodles is because it was midday. If I was doing this at night, I definitely wouldn't be live today. Also, a note for anyone who wasn't here earlier, I am not going to be live next week. Next week is my son's birthday and my father's birthday on the same day, so we are going to go out of town to celebrate both my dad and my son. And I want to absolutely just be 100% present for them the whole day and not need to be gone for like a quarter of the day for streaming, or a chunk of the day for streaming. So no stream next Saturday. I apologize if anyone's going to miss that. Does anyone know? Let me look really quickly. So a lot of the time, I like to try to end the stream raiding into Don't Fight Ducks. Does anybody know if Ducks is still streaming today? Before I get going here. You could have come in clutch and been part of the 3-peat. Okay, Ducks is not streaming today. Thank you so much for letting me know. You're DMing with Ducks currently? Oh, well, that's amazing. Ducks seems like a fantastic human, and I owe Ducks a lot. Genuinely, I owe Ducks so much for my success. I don't think I could have been this far without their help. So, what we're going to do, we're going to try to go until we find a good stopping place then. Yeah, and Koodles, genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, I genuinely feel like I owe Ducks a lot for my success. Because it was that first absolutely wild raid at the craziest game I could have been streaming that got me such a huge jump start. So, from the bottom of my heart, if you wouldn't mind thanking Ducks, that would mean a lot to me. But thank you, Koodles. I appreciate you more than you know. All right, so what we're going to do then, we are just going to go until it looks like we are at a good stopping point today. Normally, I try to go to 4 because, quite frankly, most of us are going to be hanging out in Ducks' stream anyway. Also, Koodles. Yeah, Koodles is such a lovely human being. Koodles is a lovely person. Yes, I did know that. The liver is a very fascinating organ. So let's go ahead, let's get going, and then we will try to do what we can. I miss you too, Fly Guy. And then as soon as we hit a good stopping point, we will go ahead and raid out to someone. I don't know if a lot of people I follow are streaming today. So if anyone has a suggestion for a raid, I am open to suggestions today. But until then, I'm going to try to find a good stopping point. But yeah, I get to be surrounded by so many cool people. It's unreal.
Oh, ain't again.
I'm afraid I don't understand either.
It's clear from the luminol test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away?
I don't know about all that. Hello. I wouldn't call myself that, but I appreciate that. Thank you.
That means the blood from the first crime was wiped away. Like a real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible.
That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room.
Ducks are outgoing social animals who feel most at ease when they're in a larger group of other ducks. That is true. With one exception, the Muscovy duck, which lives solitary in pairs or in often small groups. Okay, that's a great duck fact. I had no idea. About the second half. I knew about the ducks being happy in a community. I feel that. Let's look at the chart again. There's only one other card number remaining. 77777777.
Talk about a lucky number.
But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room?
Since there's no record of his card being used beforehand, he must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. Whoa, was it the lunch lady after all? He went in with 777777. Oh, what if it was Gantz? What if Gantz the murderer?
Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 7777777777.
That's 17 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least, at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 7777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher.
Oh, is it Gant?
Someone who is a so-called executive officer.
Oh man, is Gant the murderer?
Yo, dude, welcome in. How are you doing? How's your music stuff?
Hey mods, can we get a shout out for Dupe today? Dupe does live music streams, and it's been super cool. I have been enjoying getting to watch like a lot of art and live music streams these days, in addition to all the other people I hang out with. So, yeah, how you doing, Dupe? How's Texas treating you today?
We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity.
Objection!
And for anyone wondering, yes, I don't know is who we call Dupe, due to a rebranding. But we all met him as Dupe, and we all love Dupe.
But that's ridiculous. Just how I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright.
And Dupe, just as a huge shout out to you, I have been thinking about getting back into drumming much more serious over the last several months, and I think I'm going to finally actually make progress into getting back into drumming because of you, actually.
I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority.
Hot this week and moving into a new place all week. Oh, hey, oh yeah. I'm also a drummer. I haven't drummed much in a long time though. But yeah, dude, I'm actually gonna work on getting an electric drum kit because I can't do the regular drum kit as easily because of young children. But I'm gonna finally make progress towards getting an electric drum kit so I can get back into practice with the drum kit. If an official charge is filed against an executive is accepted. Oh, that's cool, Zozo. An official charge?
We're all alike. With your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates.
Oh, you have an electric kit. Okay. Gold, if you have any suggestions, please feel free to DM me. But yeah, thanks for helping inspire me with that, dude.
I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask a question. Yes? Her. The defendant's sitting over there. Your own little executive. But Lana?
Objection!
Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder.
You're standing next to Dupe. Give Dupe a big hug for me. And Dupe, give Fly Guy like a huge hug and maybe a kiss for me.
Of course, we've looked up her ID number and it's not 777777. Don't play me for...
Oh, 7. I forgot one.
Don't play me for a fool, partner. Not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident.
The SL9 incident.
Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial, too. Did you really only use evidence? Oh, snap.
Oh.
Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor?
I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth.
2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial.
Oh, thank you, Fly Guy. Occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. But, Lana? I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, just what are you saying?
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can look me, investigator in that crime, in the eye and say you did?
Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why won't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to in order to get him to the verdict he deserved. But Lana, even if it involved forging evidence. Whoa, this plot is twisty.
See? That's what I'm talking about. No.
No! Order! 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 Lana's remarks caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day. Yeah, exactly. Whoa! What a twist. That seems like a great place to end the stream this week. That's a wild cliffhanger, genuinely. I was not expecting her to do that. Thank you for the YouTube reminder. That is my YouTube channel I have for VODs. I try to keep everything in organized playlists on there in case people want to go back and actually like see what they might have missed or if they have to miss a week or whatever. I never want people to feel pressure to never miss a stream. All right, so let's find someone to raid. I don't have a lot of people on right now. So if anyone has a suggestion, I am welcome to suggestions right now. Let's see here. Oh, that could be fun. Let's go check out an art stream. So this person's name is Pazar Yoka. Oh, gotcha. Yeah. I don't usually try to do to raid like some of the top people out there. So Pizzary. Okay. Yeah, I love watching art streamers. That's why I've been watching a lot of Technically Cute and MKO Homemade is on that Chameleon game too. Okay. We'll have to try that another time. Grey Duck. If you can message me their name, I want to check out their channel too. So Pazar Yoka is this person's name. Now, anyone who needs the raid message. Okay, good. It's actually working. Our raid, that duck and cover, there we go. That is our version of the raid call for non-subs. For anyone who is a subscriber, we have another version of that we do. And it looks like that Grey Duck Paranormal and Gold Tiger just did. So let's go in there. Let's give someone making some art some love today. Thank you all for hanging out. Once again, it means so much to me that you all are choosing to spend the time with me, especially on a holiday. So let's go over there. Let's give this person some love, and I will see you all tomorrow night for some Subnautica. Goodbye, my friends. Oh, hey, hi, and bye, that guy. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to go in here in about 5 more seconds. But once again, thank you all so much, and I will see you all tomorrow night for more Subnautica Below Zero.
Ducky. Welcome.